Hey, Rebo here, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to do something a little different, and it's going to be a kind of a blast from the past. So here's what happened. About 2 years ago, I did a video on how to adjust your shift lever, and that was when I had my Indian Scout bobber that apparently has been an extremely popular video. As simple as this seems, sometimes there's a couple of things you have to think about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing. We're going to adjust the shift lever here on the 2022 KTM RC-390. It's pretty much the same thing with a little twist. Let's take a look. So one of the first things that you have to decide is going to be your riding position, okay? And as you can see, if this is a normal riding position, you have to determine exactly where your foot's going to be at one angle so that you're not too far above the shifter when you're downshifting, and that it's not too low to the point where you really have to change the angle of your foot to get up and underneath to upshift. One of the other factors is going to be how big is the boot that you're wearing, okay? This is a pretty low profile, but look at the angle I have to get at to get down here in order to get underneath. Is this too low, or at this position, am I just right for downshifting? But you have to look at how tall this boot is to fit in here. Now, some of you may have bigger boots like this that make it nearly impossible, and look at the angle in order to get a boot this big down inside here. With a boot like this, you're certainly going to want to bring this up. However, if you bring it up too high, you run the risk that you're always going to be resting on it or constantly kicking it down. So the idea here is you have to play with this and see what is the most comfortable for you so that you can either upshift or downshift with ease, okay? And that's what we're going to adjust. So once you determine where you think you want it, we're going to lock it in place, but now we're going to see just how simple it is to adjust this lever height. And this is how simple it is. You're going to have a jam nut here and a jam nut here. All you're going to do is loosen these jam nuts, bring them down, and you're going to twist this because this is reverse threaded on one of these sides. We'll figure it out when I start loosening them. And you're just going to spin it one way or the other, and you're going to see how it's going to raise or lower this. So let's go ahead and let's get these jam nuts loosened. All right, in this case, I can hold this rod with an 8mm. Every bike's going to be different. And you don't want to just go in here and start trying to crank open the jam nut, because you don't want to break this ball head right here. So make sure you hold it steady and loosen it up. And in this case, this one is properly threaded. This is a regular thread. So we're going to just loosen this up, which means that this side must be, right here, is going to be the reverse thread. So it's going to be the opposite of what you think. So I put the 8mm on here, and I'm going to go to this head, and then what would normally tighten it, I want to loosen it, so I'm going to do the opposite. All right? And you just loosen that up, because that is reverse threaded. And now I want you to watch right here. See? You just put it up or down, whatever position you want it in. That's it. It's just that simple. Now make sure you don't go too far, because you don't want to pull the threads out of the ball head on either side. And that's going to be important that these are relatively even. Now these aren't in here very even. It seems like there's more thread here than there is over here. But this is where you're going to make your adjustment to where you feel comfortable. And maybe I want mine up a little bit more, and that's going to give me, the higher you put it, obviously the more space you're going to have underneath. So all you're going to do is just adjust it where you want it. Go ahead, lock these down. Remember, one is reverse threaded. It's usually the trailing one for some reason. It seems to be on a lot of bikes. And then go ahead and lock it down. So I'll hold this 8mm on here. I'm just going to tighten this down, keep it in place. Try not to stress the ball head. And there we go. And on this one, it's going to be the same thing, but it's reverse threaded. So what we think we're tightening, we're actually loosening. So you're going to pretend that you're trying to loosen it. And there you go. And now it's locked back in place and it's adjusted right where you want it. Quick, simple, easy to do, and shouldn't cause you any problems. Now, I like to do it when the bike's in neutral. That's my preference, and that's it. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. This is Rainbow. Thank you very much, and have a great day.